What's happening, Panther Nation? Appreciate everybody's support throughout this. Obviously, we aren't going to get to have a football season this fall, and I think that's okay. I know there's been a lot of back and forth about it, and everyone has their own opinions. But bottom line, we focused on our number one goal being the health, safety, and well-being of everyone in the Eastern Illinois football program, Eastern Illinois University campus, and the words of lots of people have been, you had 6 months to get it right, and it just isn't true. We've had about a month only with the players on campus and working through those logistics and all the different little details that add up to make this a challenge at this point. And I think that we're excited because with what you see with the progress nationally, the progress with the pandemic, the progress with testing, happening over here in the last I guess month and a half, it gives you great hope for what the spring season is going to look like, and having a lot of those details worked out. Just really thankful for the diligence of our athletic administration headed by the athletic director Tom Michael, and certainly our operations department here with Jesse Walton, Zach Metzer, Jimmy Musling, that just did an unbelievable job making this a place where we could start practice at the beginning of August and truly get some practices in. But we're gonna shift our mindset, right? Because at this point, our mentality for our entire football program, our culture is built on a mentality of what's important now. And so what's important now is what is our plan to move forward? What does this make possible, as we've been talking about all the way back since March? So I think we've got a great plan moving forward, and we're excited to put it into action this semester. Yeah, well, certainly the first part of the plan moving forward is academics, right? Again, what does this make possible? You talk about this makes possible a great emphasis on our academics this semester, and not that there's not always a great emphasis on academics, there absolutely is. But when you remove the football season from it, it's going to allow us to truly get these freshmen really ingrained into our culture academically, really set them up for long-term success, and just continue the incredible progress we've made, over the last 20 months or so, of raising our team GPA. Our goal is to always stretch our best, and we've continued to do that every semester. We've raised our team GPA to the highest in Eastern Illinois football history, and we're setting that as our goal again academically. Next thing that certainly we want to do is, what does this make possible? It gives us an opportunity to get bigger, faster, and stronger. And when you look at our football program with 80 newcomers over the last two recruiting cycles, it's going to be absolutely critical. And we're looking at it as a positive that we get the opportunity to put these guys in the weight room and get a couple of great strength cycles. Coach Orozco's got an incredible plan here moving forward we got to add some bulk, because I really believe that we're going to win a lot of football games, and we got a bunch of talent on the outside and at the skill positions, and we're just still young at both lines, and I think that's going to make an enormous difference for us. And we'll get back out there on the football field. The NCAA has given us some opportunities to practice in helmets, and there's continued conversations about when when we're going to be able to put the pads on to have some fall ball, but in the immediate, our goal is get bigger, faster, and stronger, right? And so that's going to be it's going to be critical for our success, not only in the spring of 21, but in the fall of 21 and moving forward. And then then the next thing you talk about always is the student athlete experience, and we've talked about it as a staff. We've got to, now that we have our entire roster here on campus, we have to refocus on our goal of being the best player development staff in the country. And what does this make possible? It makes possible creating a better team, right? You normally, freshmen show up and just get thrown into the fire, and you don't have a lot of opportunities to build that team camaraderie, that connection created with the freshmen before you're playing a football game. And so this gives us that opportunity to create legitimate connection with all 110 guys. I thought we'd made incredible progress throughout the spring with our varsity returning roster, but you throw into that mix an enormous group of freshmen and newcomers, and we really need to focus on that. and obviously, we're going to continue to do all those little things to develop them away from the football field and away from the team aspect as well. Are we going to continue to focus on our Real World Wednesday series? We've done a phenomenal job. Jesse Walton, Zach Menser have been focused on, I think this month we've done how to change a tire, right? How to grill a chicken breast, one of those crucial things that, that every college student athlete needs to know. And then start talking about some other issues, mental health, right? And some of the statistics out there right now are staggering when it comes to the way that the COVID pandemic has affected the mental health of student athletes and removing those things that they've worked so hard for. That's a real thing for any human being, much less an 18 to 22-year-old that's really searching to find himself in the world, and you remove that goal that he's been working so hard for. So we're going to have some of those conversations. And then, last but certainly not least, I think we all know right now that this is a time of significant discord, division, challenge in our country, surrounding systemic racism, surrounding the movements nationally, and it has affected us here, and whether it's affected us personally, with personal experience, but it's affected our football program when we have people of all different races, religions, and so our belief truly is that in every challenge lies an opportunity. And so our team has chosen to use this opportunity to address this incredibly significant and weighted and challenging issue head on, honest, no holds barred conversations. And I think that we're looking at all this as an opportunity for us to grow individually, build a better football team, create more significant connections as people truly bare their soul, talk about these very challenging situations they've had in their lives, talk about the differences between us, and not to, you don't look normally to identify differences to build a football team, but I think if we ignore it or try to turn a blind eye to it just to continue to build a team in different directions, we're ignoring something critical that is going to shape the world that we live in, and it shapes what our players interact with on a daily basis. And so we're using it to build a better team, and at a local level to make this football program, this locker room, a better place, to make this university a better place, and in hopes that creates that change. And if we can affect change here in our football program, we can be a model for the progress needed across the country. And so we've started those conversations already. We're going to continue those conversations to really maintain the momentum that's needed, because without consistent momentum, no true change is going to happen. And so there's a lot of things going on. I just rambled, about a lot of things, but in the end, when we talk about being the best player development staff in the country, it's more about the stuff that happens away from the football field. We're going to win a lot of football games because Coach Roscoe is going to get them strong, and we've got an incredible plan on both sides of the ball. But in the end, what does this make possible, and what's important now is it gives us an opportunity to make those better men, to mold this entire group, all 110 guys, into better men, to be ready to go tackle whatever happens in the world, and then show up in the spring of 21 and tackle some people and score some touchdowns. So that's what we got going on these days, Panther Nation. It was a lot, and certainly looking forward to seeing everybody out here at some point here in the spring. And as we get more updates, we're certainly going to share them with you, and look forward to getting out on the practice field again soon. So go Panthers.